Right, so let's actually get this into our products view so we can actually test it on the page. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to create a route in Vue. So if you navigate to router and then the index TS, and you should see something similar to if you copied mine, it should be exactly the same. If you are doing your own, you might have 3 extra lines like talking about lazy loading here, but I'm just going to copy the about here and paste it in. So we'll have this object copied and pasted out, and instead of object we'll do products with an S, products, copy it to about here as well, and copy it to about here, and make sure you use the capital P because that's what I do over here as well in the naming of my file. It's really important, otherwise case sensitive stuff will break. So you can close this one again, and now I already opened app.vue because we also need to create a router link for this one here. So hover this, and if you're on a Mac you can do Shift Option and then down arrow. That will redo the same line, and then I can just type products. If you're on a PC, I think it's Shift Alt down or Control something arrow down, and of course change the name and then products, and then we can go to our browser and we can now see I have products here, and if you click it, it should be open. We have loading because loading is set to true because it's waiting for data, right? That's why it's here because of our async function. And we have our card over here. There's nothing in it because we haven't any data yet, but the HTML and CSS is created for it, so we'll just repeat this eventually. So again, the loading is going on because we fetch products, so it will be we will be doing fetch products. But if you go to your products, I'm going to minimize this and zoom out. You can see this is the code for it, right? So we have HTML up here already pre-prepared for you with the Tailwind set up. This is why we have loading, because it's there. There's no actual statement to control it right now. So let's zoom a little bit here so it's easy to see. So the script area, we're going to do a few things. First thing we're going to do is we're going to use the onMounted, this one, and I'm going to do a few spaces here. And this is a lifecycle hook in Vue. So there's a few of these onMounted, onDestroyed, onUpdate, and so on. Depends on what you need. So you can Google also or check the documentations, but we're going to use onMounted for this one. It's really nice when you need to grab data from, for example, a REST API and things like this. It's good at updating. Next one, we're going to import in our use products. So we'll have so we have access to the code or the logic in here. Again, this product, we want to keep this as a dumb component. So less logic, as little logic as possible. And then we'll put all our code logic inside use products and then take in the things we need. So we're going to use products here from, and I'm gonna have to open this again. Since this file ProductView is in the views folder, right? We need to go from here and go out of views folder and then go into module folder and then grab that one. So we do this with 2 dots, and if you're using Visual Studio Code, when you do slash, it should immediately pop up with the structure in the root folder you are right now at this point. And modules, and then slash, and then you should see the file you have here, and that fits very well with what I have, right? So this will get access to this file here. I'm going to do that again. Now I can just import everything in and leave it as that, and then woo! But I will build more to this use products here. So right now I'm using 4 things, and later on I'll have more functions, and I don't want to necessarily import them in because I don't need them. It will just increase load time, right? So we're going to use destructuring, and again, this is separations of concern. You've probably seen this one or heard this one before, right? Separation of concern, like separating your data, so for maintainability and reusability and so on. And I believe the name for this is either component-based composition or composable architecture or something like this. It's really smart. Anyways, const and then curly brackets, because I'll just paste this in, because we only want to get parts of this one. Right now I have 4 error, loading, products, fetch products, because that's the 4 things. So 1, 2, 3, and 4, right? They're in the line. So these are the 4 things that I export. I'm going to actually use all 4 of them. So loading, error, products, and fetch products, right? And this would be yellow, should be yellow because it's a function we're grabbing. These are just variables. Use products because it's the name up here, so make sure this part here is the same as this one, because this is also, if you see up here, the function, the exported function name. That's why it is here as well. Everything is right now, well, not everything, this is all right now, but we need to do an unmounted. So it looks like this, on with a capital M, parentheses, and parentheses ends here, and then the function, and another function, function arrow, curly bracket, and then the actual product, the function that will grab the actual products from online. Zooming out a little bit. So we can now start placing the things up here, and we'll do that in the next video.